Magic Johnson was on ESPN yesterday, and he had this to say about LeBron James' role in DeMar DeRozan not choosing the Lakers, and instead they went with Russell Westbrook.
The blame that he's got to take is the fact that DeRozan ended up in Chicago and not with the Lakers. He has
expand on that thought if you will.
Well, because DeRozan wanted to play for the Lakers. And when I got the call from his agent, I called the Lakers, said, hey, he wants to come home. And DeRozan could have been a Laker instead of a Bull. We could have made that deal. But when Russell and LeBron and them started talking, that's when they nixed that deal and went with Westbrook, and he became a Laker instead of DeRozan. And I think with DeRozan, and then you had a chance to keep the role players, Caruso, KCP, all those guys who are our best defenders, see, they left. And that's why we were a bad defensive team. But if you signed DeRozan, you only trade Kuzma for Buddy Hield, we would be playing in the Western Conference Championship this year.
All right, he's got some points there, but I got to look at the GM, Rob Pelinka, because I never want to listen to my star player when it comes to drafting or trading for somebody. Because Magic, I would not be listening to Matt. You know, guys who were former players, star players, didn't do well when it comes to drafting or wanting you to sign players. Michael Jordan famously wanted anybody who played at Carolina. You know, he wanted Al Wood. I mean, and then some of the players he drafted, Kwame Brown, Adam Morrison. Walter Davis was broken down by the time Michael wanted him on the Bulls. You have normally that person in the front office, like Jerry Krause, that's what they do, and they do it well. They don't have any bias, where sometimes you go, hey, I really like Russell Westbrook. Hey, let's bring in Russ. Okay, LeBron may want him, but I would hope Magic, since he was the middleman here, would be in lockstep with Rob Pelinka. Now, I do like the details, behind-the-scenes details. I don't know. If I'm Jeannie Buss, I'm probably going, Magic, come on, slow down there. And if you're LeBron, you know, does LeBron acknowledge that, hey, I did play a role, or I did not want that to happen? I didn't want DeMar DeRozan. I thought DeMar DeRozan was going to go there. I thought that was foregone conclusion. Then all of a sudden it's like, DeMar DeRozan's going to the Bulls. And then you're bringing in Russell Westbrook. Yeah, Paul.
I'm looking at some articles from last year. This is a little bit revisionist history. DeMar DeRozan was not in demand. He went from 5 All-Star appearances in Toronto, remember, at the title. Then he went to Siberia. He went to the Spurs and was not an All-Star anymore. He was down to 21 points a game last year. Now he's an MVP candidate, but he's averaging 28 points a game, but he was not a hot property last year.
Well, because he doesn't do anything that you go, wow. Now, you know, if you watch him, then you go, he gets buckets. He's a really good player. He reminds me of a Kawhi Leonard, like a little less than Kawhi. He's not going to be a three-point shooting guy, but he's just a really good player. But he's averaging 28 a game this year. And if you don't have to give up those other elements there, the other players, that's really the key. I mean, think about it. Now, Anthony Davis, still injury-prone, but if you had LeBron, and let's say you had Caruso, who was still there, very good defender, you're going to lose Kuzma. If you could trade Kuzma and get Buddy Hield, and you have DeMar DeRozan and LeBron, that's pretty impressive. But while I'm sure LeBron wanted to have Russell Westbrook, I don't know if I could put it all on him. Because then you truly have a puppet government in there running that Rob Pelinka is waiting for LeBron to sign off on things. And you can't have that. Because you bring in Russell Westbrook, and it doesn't work out. It's interesting, though. Yeah, Paul.
Your guy, Buddy Hield, he's going to year 9 in the pros. No playoff appearances.
Yeah, I know.
He was in Sacktown forever in New Orleans, now Indiana.
Yeah, yeah.